with our 3-3 defense, our kids are going to show movement prior to the snap because we want to keep the offense confused. And in this particular case, we get lined up and we're going to be in our base defense. We have movement with from a trip set and the back coming back to become a back. We're going to get triple option. We're going to get triple option going this way. So we'll have the first phase of the option. We'll have the quarterback on the second phase of the option. And then we will have the third phase being the pitch option in this case, and the triple option. How we're going to defend it is in our base defense, our D end right here is going to strike and engage the tackle. When he's striking and engages the tackle, if he gets a down block, he's going to punch with his center. He's going to punch with his inside arm to the center of his chest, the offensive tackle, and he's going to bring his outside hand and punch the hip of this offensive tackle as that offensive tackle comes down. As you can see right now, we're going to engage, and we're going to look to disrupt and knock that offensive tackle off his path and stay engaged so that the linebackers are clean. Right there, you can see our tackle, our defensive end rather, has his eyes on the dive, all right? And the quarterback reading him, sees him clean, so he's going to pull, all right? While when he was engaging the offensive tackle, our stack linebacker, who reads open and closed windows and flow to and away, reads through his guard and sees flow to, okay? Sees flow to by the backfield motion, all right? So now he has to decide whether or not he has an open window to run through or a closed window in which he would scrape. In this case, with the offensive line blocking down, our stack linebacker here is going to scrape and defend the second level of the option, or he's really just, in simpler terms, he's playing what comes to him. So in this case, our D end is in position. We're starting to build our wall. So he'll have dive. He's going to have quarterback. Now our outside linebacker in triple option is going to have to defeat a block more than likely. All right. And because we're playing cover 3 behind, we have a third, defensive players behind. And we like our safety to get in on a run fit, but obviously he has to make sure that it's not a play action play where they're going to send anybody vertical. So our outside linebacker does a great job of reading the end man line of scrimmage and reading the option coming to him. And as he does that, he gives a false aiming point and is able to get back out and contain the play. Punch, doesn't get his arm all the way through. Would like his arm to get down low and be able to rip this arm. Okay, so the technique definitely could be better. But the fact that he reads his feeder popping, he reads it and he gets off the block and he gets up to the line of scrimmage. Watch him settle his feet right at the line of scrimmage so he doesn't overrun the play, and we're continuing to build that wall. So again, we've got the DN coming off. Our middle linebacker gets caught up in the wash here. And our DN does a good job of playing the dive. Then he's going to come off and help pursuit of the play. At this point now, it just becomes a toss play. So linebacker gets the quarterback. Our outside linebacker now has to make the play on the pitch. He does a great job of keeping that play contained. Once the ball is pitched, an outside run play, we all have to rally to the ball. It's a good job tackling there. On this next picture, we're going to see a very similar set with triple option. You'll see the pre-snap movement by our defense, and you're getting it back coming into the backfield right now. And now our inside linebackers, again, we have to read flow. First thing has to be flow with our inside linebackers. So as the play develops, we have a defensive end with his hand in the chest and the other hand is on the hip on that down block. And as you see, he does a good job of sealing it and poking his head outside for the dive. Our stack linebacker that's behind him does a great job of reading a closed window and then gets to his run fit just outside the DN. Right here. Now we have a wall. Now we have the wall. And again, as I said before, the outside backer in this defense, he's going to have to defeat a block. Okay, we like to give a false aiming point inside and then burst back outside. All right. When we're defeating these blocks. In this case, our kid does a pretty good job of using his hands and getting off the block and getting to the ball. It's a stack linebacker on the quarterback. And the outside linebacker is going to attack the pitch. He doesn't hesitate. He's going to attack the pitch. And you'll see he's tackling the pitch. Although the quarterback never pitched the ball, he's eliminating that opportunity for the quarterback and that option for the quarterback right now who's about to get hit by the stack linebacker. Our outside linebacker is going to eliminate that option on the pitch as well. So we tackle all the phases. Again, it starts with our defensive end, hitting and squeezing, keeping our linebacker clean, and then the read by the linebacker, being able to scrape. Outside linebacker has to do his job of being great at block destruction, get to the football. Same idea in this next clip. You're going to get motion. We're going to get a triple option look. We're going to get a dive right here. Our D end is going to squeeze this offensive tackle, put his hand on his hip, and allows our stack linebacker, again, just in his base reads, when he's got a closed window because this is a down scheme, the stack linebacker is going to scrape outside to take quarterback. Outside linebacker is going to have to defeat a block, and he's going to have to defend pitch. Our safety will be late to the play, and he plays quarterback pitch, depending on what happens. He's obviously got third responsibilities in the passing game. So again, outside linebacker, or sorry, defensive end right now it all starts with him. Okay, so right there, he's got his hand on the hip, he's got his hand on the chest, and his eyes are on the dive back. And what we're asking him to do is when he tackles the dive, we want him to get his head across on the dive. We want to get our head across on the dive right there. So our D end has done a good job of taking the dive away and keeping the tackle off of our linebackers. The linebackers know that our D end's not going to stay on that offensive tackle very long, so he does a great job of keeping him clean long enough so that our stack linebacker can get up to quarterback.